Ladies and gentlemen,
my name is Katia.
and my name is Monse, and this is
Factor. Okay, so today's theme is a quite a special one, and I'm sure that most of you have heard of it or know more than me. And no, I'm not talking about Maluma's gender transition. Yes, corruption in Mexico. Nowadays, Mexico is in the 135th place out of 180 in the world ranking of Global Coalition Against Corruption. In conclusion, Mexico is screwed. Yes, I know. And actually, this undying problem in Mexico affects all of our miserable lives. That wouldn't be that miserable if corruption didn't exist. I mean, there will still be a 19.9% that our lives will be the same because of who we are and not because of corruption, but I prefer to believe in that 0.01%. What do you think?
well, when I think about corruption, what is the first thing we think about?
Politicians.
That's right, and that's because they are the ones with the enough amount of money to be corrupt. Well, that's sad because I would never be corrupt. But anyway,
So, thank you Monse and Katia. So now that we know that Monse will never be a corrupt person,
No.
we know that the biggest problem in Mexico is the football soccer selection. Yeah. Football, soccer. Oh crap, corruption, yeah, well. Returning to the point that Monse talked, sadly, 4 million people does not have the opportunity or chances to get a good job. And the problem in this means that these people is the one who can fight against corruption, and these people does not have the opportunity to fight against it, and moreover they don't care. So if we don't have the opportunities, our democratic system does not function for us to fight against corruption, what we can do? Give a big applause to our democratic system.
But seeing how things have turned out for Mexico, I'm starting to think that being a politician isn't actually that bad. I mean, yeah, I would have to socialize with the people that I criticize and basically make fun of in my work, but I would have friends that would help me out whenever I decide to rob millions of pesos that were supposed to help the country. And no, I'm not saying that all politicians are bad. I'm just saying that somewhere, probably there's some good ones, I don't know where, but somewhere. But they're probably the ones that don't give away TVs, so who cares about them?
But for real, the way politics works in Mexico is absurd. Like, what politicians says and what politicians do has no sense at all. They're completely two different things, and there is no balance in between. And those who seek for balance, like, they don't make it to the top because they don't have the links to do so, nor the money. It is like the one thing that the father of T'Chaka told him in the movie of Black Panther.
And it's hard for a good man to be king.
That one thing, it is really Mexico. And for that, I mean, like, it is easier for an ex-criminal to become deputy than for a man who has a degree in economics. And I wish that those who voted for the ex-criminal and the reason why he won was through corrupt means, because I really don't want to believe that he actually won because people vote for him.
We've talked a lot about corruption in this show, but we're going to focus on one specific case, this being the one about Javier Duarte. He is a Mexican ex-politician that formed part of the political party PRI. He was the governor of Veracruz during 6 years, but he fled the country due to accusations of corruption.
Before he was a governor of Veracruz, he promised a lot of things to the people. For example, he will eradicate poverty by at least 50%. He will also combat insecurity all around the state and will increase taxes. He convinced people that he will be the savior of Veracruz, but of course that didn't happen. If you don't know what that didn't happen, then you must be living in a cave or even worse in Celaya. If we talk about his performance while being a governor of Veracruz, well, without considering all the money he stole and all the harm he did, well, we can say it was okay. But if we do consider all the harm he did, then it is worse than a kick in the nuts. And not that I know about that, maybe the new Miss España knows, but it's okay. We weren't prepared for it.
Some of his other crimes include things such as stealing 600 million from the Mexican and using these for his own benefits. Such benefits include things as 21 properties around the country, which, let's be honest, completely explain that smile. Some even more fucked up crimes include things such as giving children with cancer tap water instead of a real treatment. I mean, I'm just saying, if I was that bad of a person and had that much money, I wouldn't even be making this video right now.
After he left Mexico, the Mexican government started to look out for him and found him in Guatemala and brought him back. And with the help of our beautiful judicial system, we gave him the awesome and very first sentence of 8 years behind bars and a miserable base pay. Well, now that you know what happens in terms of corruption in Mexico, we can now center in on a specific topic, and that is Duarte.
Javier Duarte, you have been accused of stealing more than 600 million pesos and threatening against the Mexican people. How do you declare yourself?
I declare myself guilty of all acts because I completely trust in the Mexican system.
Judge, I would like to say that this is absolutely outrageous. Aren't you gonna do something about it?
He just accepted culpability. Doesn't that make him a good person? I can definitely see the good in his wallet. I mean, wait. I mean his soul. So, taking all this into consideration, I declare him guilty. And I sentence him to 3 days in jail and a bail of 10 pesos. Yep, that seems about right.
Wait. Did that really just happen?
Perfect. I love this country.
You know, as a society, I mean, like, we all know this, that during election times, you don't need to waste money because you know that every single one of the candidates will knock to your door and they will offer whatever you need at that time. They will be like, oh, what do you need? Oh, I need a new TV. Oh, here is your TV, but with a logo. What do you need? Oh, I need a new refrigerator. Oh, here it is. They give us everything, actually. I don't know what you think about this.
It's really stressing. For example, the Partido Verde. He's always giving you backpacks, pencils, pencil case, it's everything. And well, I think that most of us don't need that. It's not the equivalent to our vote, you know. It's not that important to give our vote as an exchange. For example, you know what I will give as an exchange of my vote? This song.
Well, unfortunately, corrupt people are not the only ones we have to blame. We have to partake in the responsibility that is assigned to us to make Mexico a better country. Because let's be honest, most of us don't even care about the state of the country. We prefer to partake in making fun of them and watching memes, laughing about the situation of our country and stuff like that. So, in conclusion, we should all take responsibility for the actions and the state of the country. Let's make Mexico great again.